Welcome and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the day 19 of our UGC-NET Paper I class. In today's unit, as per all of your request, from today onwards, for the mathematical aptitude, every day we will go through a single topic. That's all. We planned the schedule, we tentative schedule. We won't be going for 2 days a topic. So from today onwards, each topic would be taken for only 1 day. So our today's topic is time and distance. Okay, let's move on. So see here, our sole focus is time and distance. Obviously that includes speed. But here please note that in the heading itself I have given displacement. So often even till I reached my PG level, I was confused with the distance and not exactly with the distance and displacement, but the relative thing to that, speed versus velocity. So I was not so sure about which is which. So when I was asked to go for our class, similarly I went for school kids, like a 10th, 12th grade students. I went as for a guest lecture something. There I went through their book for a subject. There they have given a clear-cut example or a definition on what is what. At that time only, after being a PG graduate, then only I started to learn the difference between speed and velocity. Because of that, I also learned the difference between distance and displacement. So here I wanted everyone to learn about both things. Though we might not use displacement in our examination, still I want you guys to learn the difference clearly. So first thing, distance. So what is a distance? Distance is defined as the space between 2 points or 2 objects. There are 2 points, like see the here orange line. No, so if there is a point here and there is a point here, the distance between these 2 points is known as distance. So distance is the total movement of an object without any regard to the direction. So here there is no direction is involved. So because of that, it is known as scalar quantity. So and has only magnitude. So in physics, in terms of physics, there are 2 quantities. One is scalar, another one is vector. So here scalar, it is vector, and for a scalar quantity that would be denoted only by number, a single number. So in physics, terms of physics, the number could be called as magnitude. So it is only known as magnitude. So here distance is a scalar quantity and has only magnitude. So we can define distance as to how much ground an object has covered despite its starting or ending point. So actually it is a repetition of the previous statements. Now going for displacement. So displacement so it is the change in position of the object. So this could also be said as change in position, but how it differs, I have an example image in the next slide, so please be patient. So first, displacement is a change in position of an object. So here it defines the direction. So because of that, it is a vector quantity. So it has direction and magnitude. So while writing vector quantity thing, there would be a upper arrow represented. So for V for displacement, if you are writing D, then at the top of D you have to put an arrow mark. So that is known as it would be represented as an arrow that points from the starting position to the final position. So arrow that is a vector quantity. So I hope everyone understood the definition given here. Now see for the example. See here. There is a house and there is another house. So a person goes from this green house to orange house. So the path he is taking is the blue line. So here he goes like this. Even you can go draw something, any curve. So the total line or the total place distance he's traveled is known as distance. So the total blue line, the length of the blue line is distance. But displacement, just a shortest straight line between the two objects. So that if you ரொம்ப simple சொல்லணும்னா recently some of you, my fellow scholars, might know I have applied for Meghalaya RMC, but I got rejected. That's another point. Still, if I have to, or if I want to reach Shillong in Meghalaya, I have to go at the maximum. I have to go for Assam, and then again I have to, from Assam I have to that is to be exact, I have to go for Guwahati. Then from Guwahati I have to come back for Shillong if I have to go through by either a flight or train, whatever. So but from Tamil Nadu, if I have to draw in the map, India map la, if I have to draw a straight line from Shillong to Tamil Nadu or wherever, Chennai. So I am starting from Chennai. So if I have to draw a straight line from Chennai to Shillong, so ungalke theriyum, the distance between, direct straight line distance between Shillong and Chennai would be smaller than the path, the roadways or the railways or flightways I am taking would differ. So pathina, I have to actually, I hope everyone knows the India map. So there will be one separate part between Bangladesh, no? So Meghalaya comes here. So if you assume this is the turning point, so here, no? So Meghalaya comes here, Chennai is here. I am drawing a straight line here. So but here, if I have to reach through the normal route, so I have to go to Calcutta, then Guwahati, again I have to come to Shillong. So the total distance, no, the total path I have traveled, that is the total distance for me. But the displacement is known as my starting point and my ending point. The shortest between these 2 points is known as displacement. So I hope everyone understand the difference. So here, of course, we are in UGC-NET. We need not to worry about displacement. Still, I wanted to clarify this in this class because they both are interrelated. Next one is time. So in terms of physics, again everything here would be defined in the terms of physics only. So time can be defined as the dimension along which the evolution of any system takes place. So we whatever thing we are referring, no, we compare it with time. So how we are better looking or worse looking from yesterday. So that is the comparison we will always make. So this time can be measured in terms of seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months and years. So other than these things, there are ways for expressing time. These three are there: past, present, future. So you know what is past? An occurrence of an event before the given point of time reference. So there is a time point. If we are going to take 2020 COVID time, that point, previous to that it is pre-COVID, that is past. While doing the COVID, that is present, and we are here, so we are post-COVID, that is future for the COVID. So that's how I hope everyone understand. I know everyone know the meaning, so I'm just skipping the part. So time is defined as the interval between two events. So that's all. What is time meaning? Next, speed and velocity. Like I said, distance and displacement are interrelated. Likewise, speed and velocity also interrelated. Ninga units எடுத்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா distance and displacement both are commonly denoted by meter m, and here speed and velocity both are collectively commonly denoted by meter per second or kilometer per hour. So both are interrelatable, but speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. So velocity needs a direction, it has to be precise direction, but speed does not need a direction, it can go anyways to reach its point. So speed is defined as the distance traveled in relation to the time it took to travel to the distance. A particular distance, say whatever time yeah, an object takes to reach a particular distance, that is known as speed. So like I said, speed is a scalar quantity since it has only magnitude but not direction. But velocity is totally different. It is the rate of change of object's position with respect to the time. So frame of, here they have given frame of reference and time. So from here frame of reference is the position. So angarinde how much we have displaced. So that is the with respect to time. So that is known as velocity. So here they themselves have given velocity is speed in a specific direction. So or particular direction la we are going on a particular speed, then that speed could be called as velocity. But if you are on a whole, if you are pointing out as a speed, then that does not specify any kind of direction. So it is velocity is a vector quantity, which means we need both magnitude and direction. So that is how speed and velocity varies. So now here I am giving another example. So here point A and point B. So this is displacement and this is distance. So at 5 o'clock I am here. At 5:30 I am here. So with respect to time, how much I have displaced from point A to point B, that is known as velocity, that is displacement. But with respect to time, how much I have traveled that distance from point A to reach point B, that is known as speed. So here they have given another simplification, velocity equal to speed plus direction. So I hope everyone understood this concept, speed and velocity. Again, velocity won't be coming for our question. Still, it is a interrelated collective concept. Please try to understand the difference. Now, units of speed, time and distance. So, speed actually for time, seconds, minutes, hours. In the moon we get to denote. At the maximum we omit minutes. Most probably that would be seconds and hours. And as for the distance, it would be meters, m, kilometers, km, miles, feet, whatever. And as for speed, it is either of these two. There are some rare cases. See, one thing please note that here in our exam we won't use other than these two, but there are some rare cases I have seen where instead of kilometer they might give feet or miles. So you have to convert those things into these two so that you can solve efficiently. So you please be careful while understanding the concept and applying it there. Just don't blindly go. Okay. So here they have given the relationship between speed, time and distance. So speed equal to distance by time. So the distance traveled with respect to time. So here I am just stating the formulas. You guys go through the statements. So speed shows how fast or slow an object moves, and based on this, speed is inversely proportional to time, directly is proportional to distance. So time being constant in this case, and distance the same formula they are keeping it. Instead of here in the division part, they are bringing it here. So when there is a division, it if it goes opposite the equal side, then that would become multiplied. So distance equal to speed into time. That again applies for speed also. So time equal to distance by speed. So in the moon formula interchangeable. So any two will be given. You have to find other two. So once you know one formula, you can apply by those whatever given data in this formula. You can find out the remaining whatever not shown. So distance, as speed increases, distance is covered faster and hence time decreases, and vice versa. So this is the relationship between speed, time and distance. Next comes, these are the formula. So namlik exam la in the formulas only will be the maximum. So the first three we have seen in the previous slide, and you have to remember other things. So max path every time max mathematics you just don't fret. you try to simplify everything in your own manner. So எப்படி உங்களுக்கு பண்ணா ரிமெம்பர் ஆக முடியுமா? There is no other shortcut for remembering formulas. You have to learn. So here the first three formula we have seen, and about the fourth one, average speed equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. So இங்க இதுக்கு முன்னாடி total, that's all. Here average, and average speed when distance is same. So this is the formula 2xy plus divided by x plus y. And relative speed is x plus y. So actually here see, when two trains are running in opposite direction, then that would be x plus y. But when two trains are moving in the same direction, that would be x minus y. So how the time taken calculated, everything is here. So moving on, speed, time and distance conversions. So idhula da mukkiyama I want you guys to remember something. So if you have attended any previous aptitude class or in any book whatever, they will simply say, in order to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, multiply by 5/18. And again for the reverse thing, just vice versa. So meter per second kilometer per hour convert பண்றதுக்கு we need to multiply by 18/5. So can anyone say why this particular fraction number is given? Guys, someone unmute and say why on a particular, why this number alone, that is 5/18, and the inverse of that 18/5, why these two numbers alone are being used? Can anyone say? Okay, so I will explain here itself. See, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. Likewise, so again 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. Likewise, 1 hour is 60 minutes. If we want to convert into seconds, again we have to multiply it by 60 seconds, like 60. So which would be 3600 seconds. So, or yes, simple. Okay, so 1 kilometer per hour, if I want to convert into 1 meter per second, that means here I have to apply, instead of kilometer I want to change meter, means that should be 1000. So for hour, in order to convert hour to second, that is 3600. So here 1000 by 600 is the end zeros cancel aichna, that would be 10/36. Okay, so now dividing by 2 table, dividing by 2, we get 5 divided by 18. So அதுதான் வந்து here when you have to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, then that would be this, like this. So kilometer per hour, meter per second, we have to multiply 5/18. If we want to do the reverse, so vice versa, 18/5. So that is how this thing is working. So collectively 1 kilometer per hour equal to 5/18 meter per second. Likewise 1 meter per second equal to 18/5 kilometer per hour, that is 3.6 kilometer per hour. So அதே மாதிரி similarly 1 kilometer per hour also 5/8 miles per hour. See the difference, 5/8 miles per hour. So இந்த thingலாம் நீங்க மனப்பாடம் வச்சிரணும். 1 yard equal to 3 feet. So how everything works. So 1 kilometer equal to 0.6214 mile. இதெல்லாம் நீங்க மனப்பாடமா தான் வெச்சாகணும், வேற வழி இல்ல. Some you might know, some you might not know. So here So 1 mile equal to 1.609 kilometer. So 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So 1 mile, again 1 mile equal to 1760 yards. 1 yard equal to 3 feet. Up 3 feet means, so அப்ப வந்து 3 yards or like feet வந்து increase ஆயிட்டு our normal height no, so how many yards will be there, like that we have to calculate. Again 1 mile equal to 5280 feet. So அந்த மாதிரி ஒன்னு everything is interchangeable and they have calculated here. So here they have given a sentence: for a certain distance, if the ratio of speeds is A is to B, then the ratio of times taken to cover the distance would be B is to A. So speed time inverse. So speed A is to B means then time would be B is to A, and vice versa. If time is A is to B, then speed would be B is to A. That's in the conversion. So everything is interchangeable. You just have to remember the values correctly. So I'll be sharing the PPTs. So other konja the values la manapadam panninga. There is no other shortcut. So these are the speed, time and distance conversions. So thank you Anila ma'am for again sharing your explanation. So since it was very minute in the screen sharing, that's why I have typed in the slide. So next, what kind of questions might appear in our such problems? So first would be problems related to trains. So please note that in the case of train problems, the distance to be covered when crossing an object is equal to the distance to be covered, which is equal to length of train plus length of the object. So remember that in case the object under consideration is a pole or a person or a point, we can consider them to be a point objects with zero length. So instead of horizontal object or thing, if we have to consider a vertical thing, that is pole na kambam. So ஒரு கம்பமோ ஒரு நபரோ or அல்லது ஒரு particular புள்ளியோ, then we can consider them as point objects with zero length. So அங்க length கிடையாது. So that means that would become only length of the train. So அதுதான் சொல்றேன். So however, if the objects under consideration is a platform, non-point object, then its length will be added to the formula in the distance covered. So அதுதான் இந்த இதுல. So this is type of question la one type. Next is boats and streams. So in such problems, boats travel either in the direction of the stream or in the opposite direction of the stream. So அப்படின்னா the direction of the stream வந்து downstream, opposite direction na upstream. So here direction of the boat along the stream is called downstream, direction of the boat against the stream is called upstream. So ஒரு still water na like if you are in a pond or a lake, the water would be still, it won't be moving. So that is known as still water. அசையாத அல்லது நீரோட்டம் ஆகாத நீரை போல. So that is known as still water. If the speed of a boat is in still water is u kilometer per hour and the speed of the stream is v kilometer per hour. So still water la if the velocity if it is u means and the speed of the stream is v means speed downstream equal to u plus v. If the speed is upstream, speed upstream equal to u minus v. So that's the difference புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. நல்லா இங்க பாத்துக்கோங்க, u only always comes first. So in the upstream value calculate பண்ணும்போது v minus u னு mistake பண்ணிட கூடாது. So that is the difference. So these two types of questions only will come as for us in UGC-NET exam. Most 99% only these two kinds of questions will come. So tips and tricks in order to solve such time and question problem. First tip 1, relative speed is defined as the speed of a moving body with respect to another body. So possible cases, அதாவது when two objects are represented, the possible cases of relative motion are same direction. அதாவது ஒரே டைரக்ஷன்ல ரெண்டு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் மூடுது. So a two race cars racing on a race track, that is same direction. The relative speed is the difference between their speeds and is always expressed as a positive value. And நல்லா இதுல தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க, நேத்து இப்ப வசந்தி மேம் ஒரு there was a problem, she calculated and found out and there is a negative sign for that value. But here no matter how you cancel out each other, the end value should be always expressed as positive value only. So negative it should be expressed as positive value only. On the other hand, if both the bodies are moving in the opposite direction, like இப்ப நம்ம வந்து ரெண்டு பேர் எதிர்க்க நடந்து வர மாதிரி, or the two cars traveling in the opposite lanes. So opposite direction, the relative speed is the sum of their speeds. அப்ப அது ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஆட் பண்ணலாம். லைக் அந்த ப்ரீவியஸ் ப்ராப்ளம் இங்க வந்து given formula, no? So that is here relative speed opposite direction means addition, same direction means difference. Again here this difference should be always expressed as positive value. So next thing is average speed equal to total distance by total time taken. Third one is that when a train crossing a moving body, so the distance traveled by the train while passing it will be equal to the length of the train and the relative speed will be taken as, அதுதான் நம்ம அங்க ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி, length of the train plus same direction means difference, opposite direction means addition. So these two will be considered like that. Next, for tip 4, when the train passes along a long object or a platform, அதாவது horizontally, so on the long object pass ஆகும்போது, which the distance traveled by the train will be equal to the sum of the length of the train and the length of the object. So அது ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஆட் பண்ண மாதிரி வரும். So but when train passing a man or a point object, the distance traveled by the train will be equal to the length of the train. So when I was I think last June, while before the cancelling of previous exam, no, so in the manual exam, the OMR sheets, there one question was asked like this only. So a train was calculated on how much time it takes to cross completely a platform. So here, though platform is a long object, they are asking how much time to cross it completely. That means we are taking the end of the platform, that is a single point. So that means the length of the train is taken as such. So these are the 5 tips and tricks for solving these such questions. So thank you, that's all for today's class. So